Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is a monthly reading for June 2025 for the Earth sign of Capricorn. So Capricorn, we're going to be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck today for the main reading. I'll be pulling some clarifiers if needed from the mini Gilded Tarot Royale deck by Sarah Marchetti. At the end, there will be an oracle card from the Soul's Journey deck. And what, as I usually do, I'll just remind you to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your moon and rising, okay? I do appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you so much for joining me. And if you enjoy what you hear today, please consider giving the video a thumbs up, liking the channel, becoming a subscriber. I would really appreciate that. All right, here we go. So we begin with center position, the Hermit. This is number 9 of the Major Arcana. The Hermit is associated with the Earth sign of Virgo. And the Hermit is all about inner, this inner seeking, this looking for that inner knowledge, inner wisdom, guidance. You can see on the card here that this person has gone off up into the mountains, guided by this shining light. So this, inner knowing, this spiritual guidance, right? So it's guided by to be in this solitary position, but usually it's about introspection, trying to gain sort of a new way of seeing something possibly, or just a deeper understanding of a situation. So it's kind of going within, retreating. So as you come into the month of June, you might be doing quite a bit of this, soul searching, or just spending time on your own. And what could help or hinder this is a King of Swords. So it might be an individual, the king, especially the court cards in the tarot. They can be people that are surrounding us or playing an important role in our lives at this time. Typically, this would be an older air sign individual, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be male or female, right? Not gender specific, but if this is a male, this could be like a father figure, father of your children, your own father. But this king, as the King of Swords, he's mastered the suit of swords, which is air energy, and has to do with our thoughts. It's also communication, how we get our thoughts across to other people. And he's very astute. He's very good with his words. He's very clear, so a great deal of clarity, speaking with intention, getting your thoughts across to other people. He can also be somebody who uses a sword sort of as a profession. Could be, anything from like a chef to somebody actually in the military. But he carries this, this sword of justice. So there's justice involved. There's also clarity of mind. So, possibly, communication or clarity of mind is what could help or hinder this, retreating, seeking this knowledge or inner knowing, guidance. So interesting. We'll see how this ties in with the rest of the spread. In the past position, in the deep past, right, foundation, you have number 14 of the Major Arcana, Temperance. This is associated with the fire sign of Sagittarius. And Temperance is about balance, right? It's restoring balance. All things sort of this evening out of energies. You can see that here she has one chalice with fire, the other chalice has water in it, and she's perfectly combining the two to create this beautiful rainbow in the middle. So she's finding this perfect middle point here to create something very beautiful. So it is about bringing moderation in. So you could have been focusing on having more balance in your life if things had been slightly out of balance, with excesses, like working excessively, or, just could be any excess in your life. You could have been really focusing on reining that in, on restoring balance to your life. In the recent past, you have the Queen of Swords. So we have could have a couple here with the King and Queen showing up. So similar to what I was saying with the King of Swords, the Queen, she's sometimes she can come across a little standoffish, sort of chilly, right? Because she is she's very direct. So yeah, there is a need here for clarity and, speaking your mind, getting your thoughts across. This Queen of Swords, she sometimes she's referred to as like the, sort of this divorced woman card, or this bitter, for some reason. But it isn't. It's more about, she's not afraid to speak her mind, and she doesn't suffer fools very well, right? So she if she has something to say, she is definitely the energy that you would want to have to be able to say that. Let me just move these over to give us some more room here. Crowning your energy, message from your higher self. Yeah, we'll clarify. Okay, you have the Ten of Swords, and this is probably, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. They're some of the most difficult energies to have in a reading. But at the same time, I prefer having the 10 rather than the 9, because the 10 of Swords, this is over, right? This is a situation that, obviously is a difficult situation. She's exhausted. She's here on the floor. She has all the swords in her back. So it's a very painful, situation, disappointing situation. But things can only get better from here, right? You can only go up from the 10 of Swords, and it does go back around to the Ace of Swords, which is that sort of epiphany, the aha moment, the clarity of mind, new cycles beginning. So there's a very painful, cycle that is on your mind here in the month of June, but it is coming to an end, and you have a new beginning, right? In the near future. This is Major Arcana number 1, the Magician, and he is sort of the Ace of Aces, right? So whereas aces in the tarot are yes cards, they're new beginnings, he is all of the aces rolled up into one. So he has all of the tools necessary, the cups, the wands, right? The swords, water. He has everything he needs to manifest whatever it is that he, wants to manifest at this time. The Magician is also associated with the sign of Gemini, and it's very powerful. It's about it is a card of alchemy, of manifesting. So whatever it is that you have been, and especially with this Hermit at the center, where there's been this introspection and trying to figure out, this sort of soul searching, what is it that you want? This is, whatever that it is, it's going to be different for everybody watching. You're manifesting it at this time. You appear as the 9 of Wands, which, it kind of doesn't surprise me, because this 9 of Wands is like, it's the wounded warrior, right? It is Wands energy, which is fire energy. It has to do with the work that we do, creative projects and endeavors. And then it's our own drive, ambition, determination, passion for the things that we do in life. And the 9, it's nearly closing out a cycle, right? Just like I was saying with this 10 of Swords, the 10 of Wands would be an ending to a cycle. So it's like you're nearly there, right? You can see, it's like you can glimpse this ending, and you're wanting the new beginning. But there might just be one last hurdle, one last obstacle that you have to face before you can close out the cycle. But you have the strength, the determination, the drive to do that. What's going on in your environment surrounding you at this time? You have the 10 of Cups. This is beautiful energy. So this is, water energy, has to do with our feelings, emotions, relationships. The 10 of Cups is, as a 10, it is like the culmination of all of the other cups, right? From the Ace all the way through the 10. So it's, if you think about the 2 of Cups, the couple coming together, right? The soulmate energy, growing the relationship. Now they've reached the 10. They have this beautiful family unit here. There's great abundance. It's a card of like emotional bliss, right? Of just spending time with your family, happy home and family. So it's a very positive energy to have. So, there could be a focus on, with this hurdle and then the 10 of Cups, there could be some type of obstacle that you have to face within the home or within the family unit during the month of June. But, ultimately you're going to have whatever the determination that you need to have to deal with this, right? To handle it, you're going to have it. In your hopes and fears, you have the King of Pentacles. So this could be you just showing up very strongly in your own reading here, Capricorn. Obviously, Pentacles is the suit of Earth, so Earth energy here. Could be dealing with another Earth sign individual, so either another Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. And he is like King Midas, right? Everything he touches turns to gold. He is as the King of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, has to do with the money we earn, our jobs, our home, our, the tangible things here in the material realm. So he's very good at making money. He's good at growing his money, investing. He's very good at managing money as well. So, there could be a focus on finances. So what could help or hinder could be focusing on your finances with the King of Pentacles, investing for some people, or just really being the wonderful Capricorn that you are and, just sticking with it, which is what I'm kind of getting with this Nine of Wands. Because you are nearing the end here, right? You do have this new beginning coming in. And as your outbound energy, you have number 5 of the major arcanas. So you actually have, let me just look here, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you have 4 major arcanas in your reading. So not an excessive amount, but you still do have quite a few major arcana showing up. The Hierophant is associated with Earth sign of Taurus. The Hierophant can appear when you are in the process of sort of signing contracts. It's also obviously a religious figure. We did have the Hermit sitting in the center, which is more about the spiritual, looking for that spiritual guidance. So there could be, for some of you, a real focus on spirituality this month. You could be seeking guidance if you do frequent a religious institution. This could be you getting guidance from somebody like the head of that particular religious institution, or just seeking out guidance. The Hierophant also sits as the this head of this religious institution. He can also represent head of other large institutions, such as you might be dealing with the government, or dealing with a large school system like a university system, or again signing contracts here with the Hierophant. And bottom of the deck, overall energy, you have the Two of Swords. There could be a difficult decision that needs to be made in the month of June. And the Two of Cups, Two of Cups. It's because I saw the Four of Cups underneath it. It's the Two of Swords. It's about needing to make a decision, but you can see that she's in this very defensive pose here. She has the swords crossed across her chest. She's blindfolded. So thinking that, she doesn't have all the information, is incapable of making a decision. Sometimes this is referred to as like the stalemate card, because it's not knowing which way to go, which, path should I leave this job? Should I go after this new one? Should I stay here? Should I do that? It's this, you're in two minds about something. So we're going to clarify here, because we do have a number of cards that I feel need to be clarified. So let's go ahead and pull clarifiers. Spirit, please clarify messages for the month of June for the Earth sign of Capricorn. Move it this way. Clarify the messages for Capricorn for the month of June. What else does Capricorn need to know? Clarifying messages for Capricorn. Okay, I'll do one last shuffle here. And divide the deck. Okay, so first I'm going to clarify the Ten of Swords. So clarifying the Ten of Swords, we have the Page of Swords. So there's a lot of swords energy here. So we've had the King, the Queen, the 2, the 10, and now we have the Page. So, so clarifying this message of this difficult ending with the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords, it brings in news. So this could be, even looking over at this Two of Swords, this could be the news coming in that will help you make a decision, that will get you out of this Ten of Swords, because the pages in the tarot, they go off, they bring in news, they bring in messages. It can also be like, it's sort of the beginning phase. It's not quite the offer in the case of like the Knight, who brings in an offer usually, right? So like the Knight of Pentacles, that's like a job offer. In the case of this Knight of Swords, that can be like the, this clarity of mind, but like the decision coming in. This is like the beginning phases of that. So there's some news coming in here, I think, that will help move you out of this Ten of Swords energy. Clarifying the Nine of Wands, which is how you show up in the reading, we have Major Arcana number 16, the Tower. And the Tower is associated with Aries, fire energy. And, the Tower is all about unexpected events. And it's, again, it's kind of, it makes sense because the Nine of Wands, it is about you being steadfast and facing, like whatever might come in, just sort of facing it in your very Capricorn, down to earth way. With the Tower is also about how you face whatever this unexpected event is, because that's really what, the Tower is not necessarily a bad card. It's not, even though obviously you can see from the image, it can appear quite scary. We have, the Tower being struck here. This person falling out of the Tower. So it is a very kind of dramatic image, but the Tower is really about how you face these unexpected events, because throughout our lives, obviously we're going to experience these Tower moments where just out of the blue, something happens. And, it could be, I often give the example of a job where you might have been in a job for quite a while, not really enjoying it, really just doing it for the paycheck, or because, you're not sure what else you could do, or, the job market is not that great right now. And then all of a sudden you find out that your department's closing, you're being let go. So it's like, yes, it's a shock, and it will catch you off guard, and it might be a little difficult depending on your financial situation, but it ultimately sort of opens up the path for you to go in a different direction, which if it hadn't have happened, you might have just, remained in that position, not really happy, just, going in every day just to get the paycheck. So it is all about how you deal with, how you deal with the Tower moment. So unexpected events, but not necessarily, bad ones, just something which ties in with how you would deal with that with this Nine of Wands. So an obstacle or something might come up that you have to deal with. Let's look at the Two of Swords. What is it that you're in? And we have, a repeater. So we have the Magician showing up twice in your reading. So there is this decision to be made, but ultimately, it's like the Magician, this is alchemy, this is you're manifesting. So whatever it is that you have been trying to manifest, or, what you've put out into the universe, if you have been thinking about leaving a job, or if you have been, thinking of opening up your own business or going on a trip, or, however, it's going to be different for everybody watching. But this is, this is like the green light, and you can see even like everything looks green on this card here. It's all systems go. So if you have been in two minds about something, there's going to be a very unexpected event or news coming in, this moment that's going to kind of really it's going to bring you the clarity of mind that you have been seeking, and it's going to set you off on this entirely new path. So that's that's very interesting. And I don't think I need to clarify anything else. Let's go ahead and get, we'll get one additional message. So oracle card message. So from the Soul's Journey deck, one additional message for Capricorn for the month of June 2025. What else does Capricorn need to know? Do one last shuffle. And divide the deck. Okay, and you get Judgment. And that's actually interesting because I was looking, when I was holding the clarifiers, I almost pulled a clarifier on the Hierophant, and I looked at the next card, and that was Judgment. So that's interesting. I didn't put it down because I wasn't led to do that, and I put it back. And then Judgment came up here. So that's interesting. And this Judgment in this deck, and I guess I'll pull this over now. Judgment in the Tower, if I do put that down on the Hierophant clarifying, Judgment is associated with the water sign of Scorpio, but it's, it can be needing to make a difficult decision, so like a judgment call. It can be a calling, so you're getting called back. It could be, getting called back, like if you've gone for a job interview, hearing back about that, getting called back a second time, like maybe you weren't successful the first time and you get called back. It can be going back, even like going back, getting called back to do something that you used to do. But it's also, it's this judgment call. It's this as a decision to be made here. So decisions seem to be key this month. So this particular oracle card says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Let me read from the guidebook for this one, just to see if there's any other message in the guidebook. Jay, nearly there. Here we go. It says, we are all spirit, we are all the same. It's only the roles we have chosen to play here on earth that make us seem different. The biggest lesson you have chosen is to learn is to love. There are so many situations in this physical dimension that it is possible to incarnate into, but the core lesson is to look past these illusions and see yourself in everyone. Each soul has chosen its own struggles, and your task is not to judge how someone goes about overcoming these obstacles, but to assist that soul. Spirit has given you the tools of compassion and empathy to help you see through the eyes of those who appear different. Your ego has taught you that making other people feel insignificant or inferior will allow you to feel better about yourself. That is an illusion. By diminishing others, you diminish yourself. Always learn to follow the golden rule. Treat others, or I will treat others as I would like to be treated. Everyone in your life is here to teach you something about yourself. Accept the lesson with love and understanding. Yeah, so, so there's a need to understand others. There's a need for a decision this month. There's a need to possibly face, an unexpected event with the Tower card coming in here. Also, the Judgment, if I can go back here, the Judgment card can also be about releasing the past in order to give way to this new beginning, to this new cycle, to this new life. This deck, it does show it different, but the traditional deck, it has sort of the people in the coffins, like coming up, they're rising out of this old life into the new life. So there is a need to let go and release, releasing something from the past in order to move in this new direction. So interesting. Looks like an interesting month, a month where, decisions will need to be made, but, and there might be, you might be faced with unexpected situations, events, but ultimately, if you're choosing between two paths with this Two of Swords as the overall energy, that you're being guided to choose the new, whatever the new is, the new direction, choose the new path. All right, well, I hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today, Capricorn. If you did, again, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I look forward to reading for you all again next month, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye for now.